Our opening words this morning are "It is good to be together" from Alison Wohler. With thankful hearts, we have come together this morning to celebrate the bounty of the day, to bask in the warmth of this community, to share with friends the tides of our lives, to entertain perennially our hopes for a better future. We join together this morning, as always, to resist injustice and inequality wherever they may be found. Our hearts are touched by the human need we feel around us, whether far away or within reach of our hand. We come here to be together because this is how we believe our lives are best lived. In questioning and in conversation, in compassion and in service, in gratitude and in joy, in companionship and in love. It is good to be together with you this morning.
This week, and the last couple of weeks, as we have prepared to crown the same old white supremacist, the king of the empire, I have been thinking a lot about where I was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, well, 22 years ago, I was a freshman in college. And I had chosen a college as far away from my family as I could possibly get, hoping that the distance from the dysfunction would be enough that I would be better. And then one week, my grandmother sent me a care package with cookies and a book. And that book was about what it meant to be an adult child of an alcoholic. And that book made the rest of my life possible. You see, I learned two really, really important things from that book. The first thing I learned is that in a family with an adult alcoholic, everyone is sick, not just the alcoholic. And then after giving me a diagnosis I wasn't expecting, it pointed my way towards freedom. What it said was that I could get better even if my alcoholic parent did not. I did not have to wait for them to get sober in order to start my own healing journey. And what that healing journey looks like is becoming my own grown-up, reparenting myself, learning to heal the little girl inside of me by being the parent I deserve. And it was hard. It was devastating. It was infuriating. It wasn't fair that that was true. That I was sick and would have to work hard to get better. But it was true. And I've been thinking about that over the last month or so because of where we are as a nation. I feel like one of our parties is addicted to money, addicted to power, addicted to white supremacy culture, feeling superior. And I feel like our other party has been, in some ways, codependent, enabling, sane washing. And here I am looking at real problems that I face and our neighbors face. And realizing that we are the ones who will fix them. I know that there's a lot of people right now who maybe this is their first time realizing just how sick we are as a country, just how warped we've become or always been by white supremacy culture. Maybe this is your first time seeing how much hate can be in the hearts of another. And it's unfair and it's sad to realize that the people you trusted to keep you safe and to help you build a better world will not. We have a housing affordability crisis. We have a health affordability crisis. We have a food affordability crisis. We have a climate crisis. And for the next 4 years, our government will not be addressing those. And so we have to. And we can. One of the wonderful, beautiful things about learning what it meant to be an adult child of an alcoholic is realizing how many people I had beside me that I didn't know. I hear from people who are in recovery from their own addictions that it is similar. That once you realize, once you have that diagnosis, once you have that knowing, when you reach out, you find others there. All around our country, all around the world, people are learning that they are not alone. They are not the only ones who are working hard and struggling to make ends meet and not quite making it. They're not the only ones who barely get to see their kids at night. They're not the only ones who are exhausted and overworked and burnout at the end of the day, so that it makes it hard to do anything to make it better. But when you realize that that's where you are, there are others there waiting who have maybe started their journey to sobriety or journey to healing 20 years ago. Maybe started their journey to justice making 30 and 40 and 50 years ago. And yeah, it's still hard, but there are a lot of things we know now that we didn't know then. There are real strategies and real healings that we know now that we did not know 10, even 5 years ago. Now, I'm not the only person who sees really big similarities between recovery and recovery from white supremacy culture. There are a number, when I was researching, a number of very smart people who had this idea well before me. Dr. Kenneth Hardy is a professor at Drexel University and director of the Eichenberg Institute for Relationships. He's developed a um, treatment program, I'm not a psychologist, but a strategy that utilizes the 12-step programs for people who are recovering from internalized racism. Dr. Nzinga Harrison also has said that racism is an addiction. She's the chief medical officer and co-founder of Eleanor Health and the co-founder of Physicians for Criminal Justice. The Center for Practice Transformation has a model of recovery from white supremacy conditioning based on the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. And as we continue to study and continue to learn more and more, we are finding parallels between addiction to alcohol and addiction to white supremacy, addiction to money, and addiction to power. So today, I sit 20 years on from my own start. Ready to be my grown-up again. Because if the government is not going to solve our problems, we have to do that. Now, I know that there's a lot in our way, but there are some really great first steps that you can take today to go on your way. And the first step that you can take is one that will be familiar to many people in recovery, and that is to join a group of people who are already walking that walk. That might be by joining a justice-seeking organization. It might be by joining a Unitarian Universalist church. But you will want to and need to have comrades on the way because the journey is very long. And sometimes we have to help each other stay and continue. And the other thing that has been the very most important to me in my journey is that I don't stop. I don't give up. I hold on to hope. In a tight fist, I hold on to hope. And when I fall down, I keep getting back up. Now, there's some other practical steps that you can take, like integrating simple, easy to do justice making activities into your daily life. That might include writing letters or calling senators, but it could just as easily be making a meal for your neighbor, helping them fix their house or their car or watching kids or cleaning up your neighborhood streets. But be assured that even though our small efforts may feel small, there are so many more people who want to choose love and kindness over hate. And by our weight pulling at the arc of justice, we are going to bend it towards freedom. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
Our closing words today come from Emily Richards. Our work here has just begun. So our work here this morning is at an end, but our work has just begun. The work of holding one another in this community in love, the work of trusting that we are on the right path, the work of believing that what connects us is stronger than what separates us, the work of engaging in that which makes us whole, the work of deeper understanding and commitment, the work of letting go of that which does not serve us, the work of radical inclusion, the work of collective liberation, the work of this beloved community. A beloved community of which we are all part, a place where we are all welcomed, respected, valued, and cherished. A place where we all belong. Go in peace this morning. Amen, and blessed be.